Hello, everyone.
Hi. Hi.
Hello, Ujwal. Yes, VS Code is love after all.
Yes. Okay. So yeah, we'll wait for another couple of minutes so that everyone can join in, so that no one, at least those people who are interested in the session, they will not miss any point. So yeah, we'll wait for another couple of minutes, and then yeah, till then, um, yeah, let's wait. So, hi Shivani.
Hello, Shivani.
Hello Sudhir.
Hello, everyone.
Awesome. Okay.
All right. I should we go ahead? Maybe we can wait for a minute or two again. 5-5
Yeah,
again.
we'll wait
Maybe.
for we'll we'll start at 5:05. Yes, sure. We'll be waiting for a minute. Yeah.
Everything's going great. Ujwal. Like I just hope that everything is all good and like all of you are safe right now because we are all going through hard times. But yeah, everything's going great with us. How about you?
Yeah, I hope you all are safe and everyone is fine with their near and dear ones. Everyone is in good state, health. Yeah.
All right. One more minute to go.
Yep. India has already told that today we'll be conducting a Kahoot session, like Kahoot Quiz, also at the end of the day, and we are pretty excited about that. So yeah, be prepared for that also, because that can actually help you grabbing one of the you can actually be one of those winners who can actually get the chance of having a free Azure coupon code. So yeah, best of luck in advance.
All right. Just give me a moment. Maybe I'll share my screen.
Yeah, you can start sharing your screen.
Acha, okay. Got it. Yes, I got it.
Awesome. Okay, fine.
So, yeah, let's get started. First of all, a very, very warm welcome to each and every one of you here. Um, So today we will be going ahead with our day three. That is the final session of our 3 day series. That is Let's Collab with Visual Studio Code. And as you know, like me and Achal will be going through all the major components of the topic today. So yeah, a quick introduction about us maybe. So as we have been meeting you guys for almost 3 days, I think that you might be knowing us great, yeah, like very nicely. But yeah, basically, I'm Anika, and I also like love. I'm a Microsoft Launch ambassador, and I love to organize various events, maybe mentor and volunteer for various events altogether. Yeah, what like maybe you would like to go ahead, Asil?
Yeah, sure. So yeah, as Anika said that I think now we all are connected to each other, so you must be knowing about us. So yeah, brief introduction still about myself. Hello everyone, I am Achal Mishra. I'm also currently a Beta Microsoft Launcher ambassador. Apart from that, I am involved in a lot of communities and I have been contributing in a lot of communities. So yeah, to know more about me and to know more about my contributions, you can actually reach out to both of us on LinkedIn or Twitter, and we'll be happy to connect with you and help you in as many ways as we can. So yeah, thank you so much, and I think we are good to go. So yeah,
Yes.
let's get started. Yep.
All right. So today, what we will be doing is that throughout the session, we will be we will be sharing various tools and hacks to which you can actually use to improve your tech game. And yeah, that will be via the VS Code altogether. So we will be discussing key points on effective collaboration, how you can actually leverage these tools to make a greater impact altogether. We will also be sharing an amazing tool that is called Liveshare. Also, coming to the most exciting part of today, we will be having a Kahoot quiz, which also has some, like Azure coupons with you and much more. So let's get started.
Yep.
So, like what exactly is collaboration? I mean, when we say collaboration, what does it exactly mean? it To me it means that like various people are coming together, sharing in their ideas. Maybe some of maybe some of them have some superpower altogether. Let's say like in a team of Power Rangers, some has a firing power or someone has ice power altogether, right? So the person, like not everyone has the plus points and negative points same, but altogether when they all get combined, the team that forms is invincible, right? So that is, according to me, a great collaboration, a place or a team wherein everyone shares or has a like a plus point, a negative point as well. But when they all team up, they like they actually combine their superpowers together and yeah, collab together essentially. What do you say, Anshul?
Yes, according to me, the same thing. I think collaboration is the strength, right? Even if I talk about communities, even if I talk about the collaboration which we actually need, maybe right now we are in different places, and we are at different, we are not actually we cannot actually meet each other, like offline. But yeah, because of some amazing tools which are out there, because of online collaboration being, tools like GitHub and everything. So I think, of course, these have really made our mentoring, learning, and peer-to-peer learning also very amazing. So I think this is really amazing. Yeah, that's what my point of view is on this.
Yeah, that's great. So yeah, that is all about collaboration. As to we also have various tools which we will be discussing on in further slides. But collaboration is essentially one of the many like much more important component when it comes to development. So just let me share my screen, and what we will be discussing right now is like how you can leverage Visual Studio Code and like GitHub when it comes to collaboration. Without like before actually going ahead with like how exactly you will be doing that, I would like to share one of my experiences with this particular this like while I was personally using these things. So when I started up that how you can use Git and GitHub and basically the entire version control system altogether. So it took me a lot of time, and when I say a lot of time, literally a lot of time. So like getting started was not easy. And like when you go ahead and like command, you have to do all these commands like git add and then maybe essentially push all your code to GitHub. So getting started with command line interface is a little bit different. difficult when like you are a starter altogether. But coming on to more important things like hackathons, for example, or maybe at times wherein time is the crucial part in your project, right? So at these times, what happens is that you are not in place to actually, like type in commands and search into, maybe, like go over Google and just see that what exactly is going wrong, if it is going wrong then. So at these times, saving time is one of the greater, like the priority. And Visual Studio Code actually, like has helped me a lot of time to actually save me around 20-30% of like the entire time altogether. So I'll be showing you how exactly you can do that and how exactly you can leverage Visual Studio Code to actually save your time while while working on any sort of project for that matter. So yeah, I'll share my screen again and yeah. Um, all right, share my screen and I'll share my Visual Studio Code. All right. So I hope that my Visual Studio Code is now visible. So
Yeah, your screen is
all
visible.
right. All right. So what you have to do, like when this is just the basic setup that I have currently. I just have
Hey Anika,
index.html file.
just give me.
Yeah.
Hey Anika, sorry for yeah, only your StreamYard wala screen is visible.
Oh, all right.
Yep.
Just give me a second. Maybe I'll share it again.
Yeah.
Uh, Share my screen again. Just let me know if my VS Code is visible now.
Yeah,
Maybe.
it's just loading. Yeah, you are visible. Yeah, it's visible.
All right. All right. So here what I have, like this is basically VS Code. In case, like you are new to this, let me explain what exactly is, like all the components that we have over here. If you are, like you have experienced this, just bear with me for a couple of minutes and we will be good to go. So, okay, I'll quickly remove this. So what I have over this panel is that, all the files that you'll have like index.html, maybe, like if you're familiar with web development, then you have a CSS file, a JavaScript file. So all these files will be appearing over here. And when I click on one of them, they will get opened in this panel. All right. So that is one thing. And also over here, as you can see, this open editors will actually show me the files that I have opened. So I just have one file over here, but like if I close this, right, if I close this as well. So right now I just have an index.html file, but I have not opened it over here to show me, right? If I click on this, so it will now show me the file that I have opened on this particular page, right? So if I had maybe 5, 6 files, if you have worked with maybe, like SCSS, so like SAS altogether, then maybe you might know that there are various files that you deal with in that, and just seeing that which one is open can actually help you save time in that. So that yeah, all right, that is one thing. And here you have a couple of things. If you click on this, like this particular thing, it will actually show you all the folder that you have. Clicking on this will just open up what exactly are the files inside that folder, and of course the open editors that as we just discussed. This will actually help you search some particular terms. If you click on this, like maybe I wish to search which, like maybe viewport, or maybe like maybe hello world altogether. It will help you search that. Coming on to this particular part, this is essentially what we are going to discuss. So let's just leave it out for right now. I'll show you what exactly this does in a minute or two. This particular button will actually, like maybe run your code and debug your code. It may, let's say that if you're working in C++ and you just want to see or maybe run your code or debug your code as to what exactly is wrong. So that is basically where you'll use this. This is the most important part over here. This is the extensions that you can actually add on to your Visual Studio Code. So as you can see, I have like some of these extensions I have over here. And yeah, this is something that we will be discussing later on through our session today. So yeah, over here we have the file wherein, yeah, of course you can open up any, like you can add in a new file over here. You can always open a new folder. So let's say that I have a different project on my desktop. You can always go to, like, if you have used Sublime, kind of similar to that. um, you can open that folder and it will open up in a new Visual Studio, like, window. And similarly, we have various selection criteria. We have view. So in view, one special thing is that, you can actually click on command palette, and it will actually give you, like, all these commands at your fingertips right now. I mean, like, to add a clone, first you need to go to that repository, copy the link, and then go to command prompt, and then go to the location that you want to clone that. So over here, you just click on this get clone and enter that particular URL, and you are good to go. So yeah, that is what command palette actually does. Where there are various other commands that you can use. I just use a simple command. Also, before actually going ahead with today's what we will be discussing today, you need to have a Git SCM installed on your system, a basic version control system that will actually help you to get started. Yeah, that is one thing. And yeah, all these things are pretty basic. You can run, you can actually open up a new terminal, so you don't have to go to command prompt. You directly have, like, a terminal over here, and you can see and, like, type in the command prompt simultaneously while working. All right. So this was a basic overview. I know I was a little fast, but like, these were a little basic things. Let's go on and discuss as to how exactly you can use Visual Studio Code and like the version control system and like GitHub altogether. So what before getting started, what you need to you need to check is that go on to your settings, click on the settings, or and once you click on this, you will be prompted to come over here. What I need you to check is that check that if Git is enabled. So, right, my spelling is wrong over here. It's enabled. So as you can see over here, I have my Git enabled, right? Whether Git is enabled, yes, I have check marked that. So make sure that this is enabled on your Visual Studio Code, or else what we will be doing won't be working altogether. So once we are done, uh, I have a sample code over here. Let me show you my file structure. I have just a single file, that is index.html, and a simple, like a simple h1 tag, that is we are here and hello world. So what I'll do is that the first thing that you do when you are, like, working with a Git repository is to initialize that, right? So I'll just type here over here that init and click on this tick mark. You have to come to this branching part, or like branching symbol. This will actually get start will help you come to the source control, and you just have to click on this tick to actually initialize this. Once you have done that, you will be seeing, like, there are no changes to commits. I've already done that, so there are no changes, but you should initialize your repository once. Once you have done that, go to, like, view, and come to command palette. In command palette, what you have to do now is that when you actually work with Git, right, what you do is that you add in, or maybe commit all the changes that you have done in the repository. Initialize the repository, basically adding all the changes that you have done, like git commit, and then you actually add a remote repository, right? So I have already added one repository. Let me show you what exactly that repository is. So yeah, this is the repository that I have on my GitHub account right now, and I have just, like, added this as a remote repository. How you can add that? You have to come to Visual Studio Code. Um, all right, yeah. Come to Visual Studio Code, click on View, click on Command Palette, and like, click on Git Add Remote. Once you do that, just paste your URL over here, and yeah, you are good to go. Click Enter. Maybe you'll have to add in a remote name. Let me add maybe temp. And yeah, this is saved, right? So you just have to add that in, and once that is done, you can actually go and like, let me go over here. And all right, so that is how exactly your remote repository is added. So now what you have done is that you have committed all your changes. You have also added a remote repository. So let me make a couple of changes over here so that maybe the, like this, so that I can actually stage my commits. So let's say that let's collab with VS Code and save this. When I save this, I'll have to, like commit my changes again. I'll say that commit all. So this basically will, like, would you like to stage all your changes? Yes, I want to stage all my changes. When I've done, I'll have to, like when you're committing your changes, you have that -m, right? So I'll just say that initial commit, and like you don't have to worry about uh, the like double inverted commas and like getting it wrong or somewhere. You just have to press enter and click on these three dots, and like click on this push. Once you do that, it will actually like it is running right now, and this will get pushed in like a couple of seconds. Now when I go to my repository, and I will, like right now you can see that I have like put something 90 minutes ago. And if I refresh this now, you can see that this was 22 seconds ago in like initial commit, right? And we can see that let's collab with VS Code is actually pushed. So what exactly I did over here is that I just click on, right? I just click on three buttons, right? I just went over view, went on to command palette, added my remote repository, just saved my file, and after that, like I just went over here on this particular branching statement, and over here I can do anything that I wish to do. I can pull directly. I don't have to go to command prompt or maybe terminal and then write all my commands. It is just a single click away, right? So actually, when like if you're dealing with a single file or so, or maybe like if you're dealing with maybe just a single commit altogether, it won't actually matter. But let's say that four of you are working on a single project, right? So this will definitely be a game changer, because you now don't have to waste your 10 seconds on each of your commits, but like maybe around a second or two. So that is actually something that saves a lot of time. So over here you can see, if you click on pull, this will actually pull in all the changes that maybe another collaborator has added to your repository. You can similarly clone and like check out to a different branch if you have a branch. For creating a branch, you can actually go over here and click on create branch. I just have to name it. Let me name it something like temporary, uh, and click enter. It is just as simple. I mean, like I didn't have to do anything. I have my new branch right now, and I also can like check out to various branches that I have over here. Coming on to more things that that we have is, like we can add in a tag directly over here. We You can, you don't have to go to command palette. Also, you can add in a remote from here also. Pull and push as discussed, and yeah, committing. So these are the various things that you can do. What I wanted to discuss is that, this is something that will definitely save a lot of time while working in Visual Studio Code. And yeah, let's get ahead with what all we have next. So yeah, I hope that this, like this small demonstration was actually useful. And let's move on with our next slide.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, talking about the problems we face. Yeah, so basically, if I will talk about the problems we actually face, there are a lot of problems we basically face. So if I will talk about the main thing, that is connectivity is really important, right? But what it is basically is that it's likely to be the least of your problems. Like, because we all know that we are actually social animals, and much development work needs to be done, like cannot be actually done and needs more than one pair of eyes. So what happens is that social distancing policies mean that many of the techniques that are required to basically, develop, or basically they are required for the modern agile development, are really very hard to implement. So what we can do is that although we have an option of conferencing tools such as we have Teams, we have Zoom, we have Google Meet, and some other video stand-ups, but we still need to find ways of you can say that we still need to find a way for replicating the regular one-on-one interaction of the code reviews. Maybe you can say pair programming, or you can say collaborative debugging. And hence, as a developer, or specifically as a student developer, we can have a lot of problems like sharing snaps and like not working on my computer. I think everyone hears of the same thing, like everything is working fine, it is working on everyone's system, but yeah, it is not only working on my system only. And similarly, of course, it requires a lot of time also. Maybe it can have, and of course automatically results in the increase of the time. And so that's when we actually need to understand, and that's how we can actually relate to something called as I have no idea what I'm doing, right? So that's why, and hence we actually come to the phase that where we don't know anything and we just start becoming unproductive. But yeah, and still in the time of at the times of virtual environment, like where everything is shut down just because of pandemic, it can be really very unproductive for you, and you might also end up getting like less demotivated or less confident in your skills which you actually had acquired, because coding skills, programming, even let it be any particular programming language, of course it requires a lot of hard work, right, learning for the same. But yeah, depending, because right now, because you could not actually get a proper mentoring, you could not actually interact with right people around there who could actually help you out there correctly, so that can actually cause a very big problem. And that's when I actually talk about Liveshare. So now this is, of course, this has been one of my amazing, like one of my favorite tools right now. So let me just brief you about what basically Visual Studio Liveshare is. So basically, Liveshare is you can say an extension that is for for Visual Studio Code, that enables real-time collaboration between the developers, and it also gives you the ability to share the session with someone else. Now, what is this session? We'll be talking about this, and I'll be sharing my screen. I'll be sharing my Visual Studio code space in within 2 3 more minutes, and then we'll be discussing the same. So it basically allows the users to give the ability that how they can actually share their sessions with someone else, and that basically allows them to edit the code without, or edit the code, as well as share a server, share a terminal, or even debug the session. Now, the primary goal of Visual Studio Liveshare is basically to enable the developers to collaborate with each other more easily, like without actually introducing, or, without actually having a conversation on when and how to do it, basically. Firstly, what it helps you in doing is that first you get a quick assistance. Now, what do I mean by quick assistance? It basically means that, let's say, whenever you run into a problem or whenever you run into an issue, what happens is, let's say that you were trying to resolve a bug, or maybe you were actually trying to set up an environment where you were actually facing a problem. What you can do is that you can use a Visual Studio Liveshare instantly to seek the assistance from another peer, who can actually help you out there immediately, and you can actually be more productive on such. And then talking about pair programming, so basically it also helps you in pair programming. So basically, that is whenever there are two or more developers who are actually working together on a particular project, or on a particular shared task, with the with the goal of making with the goal of sharing knowledge with each other and potentially even product quality. So what it can actually do is that, and so two developers basically sharing a single keyboard and and the screen, what happens is that Liveshare basically enables a form of pair programming that allows you, and that allows, or basically the developers, to basically work on a shared goal, and without even you can say that without even removing the individual environmental preferences. So what you can do is that you can work independently, you can collaborate together, you can allow each other participant to bring their own thought process and to and in the collaboration. And hence, if I will talk about the use cases of Liveshare, they are endless. Just to name some of them, like we have school or college group projects, we have peer mentoring, we have code reviews, we have technical interviews, and so many. So now let me do one thing, and what are we waiting for, right? So of course I just discussed about the problems, and I also shared the insights on what can actually Liveshare do, and how, like, what is the basic scope of Liveshare. So yes, of course, all your problems come to an end because we have an amazing solution out there, and because as Liveshare enables you to collaboratively edit and debug with others in real time, regardless whatever programming languages you are using, or maybe the apps that you are building, it also allows you to instantly and securely share your particular current project, and then as needed share the debugging sessions. You can also share the terminal instances, local host web apps, and much more. So developers that join your sessions will basically receive all their editor context from your particular environment, that is languages, services, debugging, which ensures that they can actually start productively and collaboratively, and basically can actually start collaborating with you immediately without needing to clone any particular reports, or like any particular repos, or install any particular SDKs. So now let me do one thing. Let me start sharing my whole screen, and yeah, I'll just start sharing my whole screen.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the meanwhile, like maybe I'll add in some points just to better let you understand the whole concept altogether.
Yes.
So, like what visuals, like, when, like all of you have worked with Google Docs, right? Almost every one of you. So what happens is that when we have about 5 to 10 people working, right, like in a single doc space, what happens is that if Anjali is writing that hello, then I'll be able to see her typing that, right? So that is something that actually is implemented in Liveshare. So in Liveshare, what exactly happens is that let's say that maybe you let's say that maybe Shivani is good at back end, maybe Ujjwal is good at front end. So what exactly will happen is that we are like if you let's say that if you are stuck somewhere, what you'll do is you all will come into Google Meet and Shivani will show you that okay, this is my backend part and I'm sharing my screen. You do the same afterwards. So you are
Yeah.
actually essentially wasting double time, right? But when you come in live share, no, you are essentially working in a same code space. So
Correct.
like Shivani will do the backend part, and maybe Ujjwal will do the front end part, and I'll do something else altogether. And all three of us will be able to like save almost 3 times the time that we might have wasted altogether. So yeah, that's just a single thing altogether. And now let's get started with how you
Yeah,
can go
sure.
ahead with like
Yeah, can you just take my whole screen in? Yeah, just
yeah,
this.
done.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so let's get started. Now, if I will actually come here, so before we even actually begin, of course, you will need to be sure that you have got a version of Visual Studio Code that basically that is installed on your particular PC that meets LiveShare's core requirements. So basically, if you are someone, you will basically if you are someone who is a Windows user, you will basically require a Visual Studio Code that is 1.2 or higher, that is running on like maybe Windows 7, 8, or 10. Now let's get started. So if I will actually start with the same thing. Once you have your Visual Studio Code, everything is pretty easy, and even having the Visual Studio Live Share extension is pretty easy on that. So now let's come to the extension part. And now what I will do is you can either click on the extensions part here, or you can even press control shift and X. Now if I will just search for Live Share, and I'll just press enter. I'll get the list of extensions which are available to me. Now, right now, I will go to Live Share, and now you can see because I have already installed this particular. I already have this installed, so now I will not be requiring this particular step. So what you can do is that you will have to go there, and you can directly install this particular Live Share from here, and then yeah, you are good to go. So what will happen is basically when you will actually join it from here, and once you actually get this particular, extension, what you will require to have is you will of course need to, in order to collaborate, you will need to sign into Visual Studio Live Share. So basically everyone knows basically that who you are. So basically this is purely a security measure, and it does not actually opt you to any into any marketing or other research activities. So yeah, you can just have a look at, and of course you can sign in using your Microsoft personal account, that is your outlook.com, or maybe you can also like maybe some Microsoft backed work or school account also, that can also be fine, or of course a GitHub account every time. Now when you click on live share, now once you will actually have this particular live share extension on your particular PC, so what will require here is there is one more option also, that is your live share audio. Now basically this is nothing but yeah, the collaborative can be, the collaboration can be more easy in this way. Why? Because what happens is that you can even directly have a conference call with each other while you are actually collaborating on a particular project in the Visual Studio Code. When you're collaborating, that makes the work more easier. So yeah, of course you can have it. Of course I have it by default, but yeah, it is totally up to you that if you want to install it, but it is not necessary that even without this particular one, your live share extension will be totally full and working. Now, once you come here, you will get something which is called as this one. Okay, so you will actually, this will basically appear. This will basically appear here as, you can say, this will basically appear here as a content tab, which will be available by all the by default tabs which are available there. So now what you have to do is that basically you can actually come here, and you can click on this live share. Now, once you will click on this live share, what you will get is that there will be a viewlet which will be present to you, and which will be showing that what are the different functions which actually live share provides you. So here, if you will see, basically it tells you the session details. So yeah, you have the session details here. You also have the contacts here that can actually enable you to directly contact, anyone with whom you have already been, working on a particular project, maybe someone who is at your organization and you directly want to, that, yeah, you are working on a project together. So yeah, of course, you'll be needing them. Like right now, you can see that I have in my contacts Anika Tibrewala, because I have been collaborating with her on Visual Studio Code a lot. So that's why she's here. Similarly, now again, that is your help section. That is totally different. Now here, so I will specifically talk about the session details. So this is pretty easy to understand. Here, this is your copying the collaboration link. It totally depends on if you actually want to start a particular collaboration session where you actually want to send an invite to a collaborator who will be working with you on a particular project. So you can actually directly copy it from here. Similarly, this one is if you want to actually join a particular, this is basically when you have an active session and where you're actually working with a particular when you're working with a particular colleague, and you want to see that where that particular person is on that particular code which you are sharing. So you can also focus the participants from here. And similarly, if you actually come here, that will be your stopping the collaboration session. So now what I'm going to do is, if you will click on this, I think I have one of my live sessions, one of my live collaboration sessions on, and that's why it is there. But if I will directly just, if I will do that, yeah, it will be ending my session. And now you can see that, yeah, this is how basically it will look to you when you are actually going to start, and once you actually install the particular live share. So here you will see that, yeah, if you want to join a particular collaboration session, like let's say that if someone wants to invite you for a particular collaboration session, they can send you an invite, and you can directly click here. And if you will click here, you will be prompted here to enter the joining link of the session, and then you will be pretty. Similarly, if you actually want to start a particular collaboration session, you can click here, and with that particular thing, you can actually copy the particular link, and then you can share that particular session with anyone whom you want to collaborate with. Now, similarly, if I will talk about if I will actually talk about how you can actually have a project sharing and what are the access which are provided to you. So you just need to make sure that the person whom you're sharing with, of course, is a trustable person, right? So you also need to make sure that particular thing. Now, in order to share a particular project, you have different modes in which you can actually share. So if I will come here and if I will click on, so you will get, I just clicked on start session, and you can see that, yeah, it is showing me it is prompting me that, yeah, it is starting a collaboration session. And what will happen here is it will be prompting you 3 particular links, which is read only. More, of course, more info is just about, if you are a first-time user and you want to have a look at, what is actually happening and what basically happens behind the backend, you can have a look at this particular thing also. And yeah, that is just a copy again. So of course, it totally depends on you how much you actually want. Let's say if you want to collaborate with someone online, and let's say if I and Anika are working on a particular project where we are actually preparing for a hackathon. So of course, we'll be giving edit access to both of us, because we'll be ending up for getting to get a good one, and we'll be actually ending up to get to make the same project which will be showing there. So of course we'll be making it read only. Otherwise, if the link will be automatically copied to you, you can see here that it is saying that invitation link is basically copied to your clipboard. So whenever you want to send it to someone, like I can directly send it. I can just come to my Teams and I can directly share the link with Anika directly over there. And now, yeah, these are the things which you can share. Now, depending on, you can even invite the participants. Like, yeah, you can even, invitation link. See, again, it will show you, it will be giving you a prompt that, yeah, the link is already copied. So you can directly go there with whomever you want to actually share. You can directly add that particular link, and you can just add in that, hey, I just want your help. I just need your help. Can you just help me out quickly? Similarly, this also allows you to share the servers, right? So as I already told that you can also share the servers on which you are, the servers on which you are working. So of course, you can also share that which particular type of things which you are working on, specifically to be more accurate on which kind of access which you are giving them. So that is totally up to you. Of course, you can decide that, yeah, which kind of thing you are working on, and which kind of thing you want other collaborators to actually, take care of or control in your place. Similarly, live share is there. If you want to stop a live share, you can again unshare this, again unshare the server. That is pretty easy. Again, if you want to copy the server URL, you can directly go there. You can directly share it directly with the person whom you are collaborating with. Like, yeah. And similarly, the PowerShell collaborator, that is again, I have already prompted that it is the read only. So, but yeah, I can directly cut here and I can again click on share terminal and I can write the access here that yeah, whether I want to provide read and write only or the read only part. So that is also available here. Similarly, in the comment section, yeah, if you want to, if someone specifically wants to put a comment there, that yeah, basically this is the problem which you are having and this is the thing which you actually need to do here in order to get it correct, so you can do that. Again, it also prompts a chat, like a chat channel which can actually have a look at how you're actually communicating with each other. And if you want to, as I already told, that you can also have an audio call with, because I have live share audio with me, so of course you can also have a call there and you can directly communicate with each other with whomever you want to, and whichever you actually want to, with whomever you are collaborating with. Similarly, yeah, you already told that yeah, the contacts just means that yeah, all the recent contacts you have been interacting with. Similarly, yeah, if you are someone who has been collaborating with other people, that will also be suggested here. So that's how the whole thing works here. And now, because we are pretty much, I think this is pretty much clear that how live share appears here and how live share extension can be actually used in your day-to-day life to collaborate with other, with your colleagues or maybe some other people whom you are collaborating with. So now I think we are good to go. I think, Anika, we are good to go to actually share a live demo, demonstration on how we can actually, collaborate with each other and how we can actually work on a particular project. So today, right now, what we'll be doing is that basically we'll be showing it here. We'll be actually showing the session here. We'll be actually working, or we'll be actually collaborating on a VS code here, and that's what we'll be doing. So yeah, let's get started. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Fine. I think the session which I was working on has been expired. So yeah, I'll share it again with you. Let me do
Yeah.
that.
All right.
Okay. I'll just.
All right. Till then, maybe. Yeah. Yeah. Till then, maybe I could put forward some of the points that like you should keep in mind. So let's say like we have various of you with us today, and let's say that once like maybe some of you might like teach some students or maybe engage in some teaching, right? So what happens essentially is that if one of the teachers is actually sharing their screen on your like maybe Google Meet or something, so that is essentially what happens, that you cannot see it, like that how exactly the code is being changed in some place or the other. Like you can't see it live. I mean, like over here, if you have the till 30 people, you can actually add in people to Visual Studio with a view only access. So with that, what will happen is that let's say that maybe if I share the view only access with you today, then you will actually be able to see that what I'm coding and where I'm coding all together. But you won't be able to see that, you won't be able to edit the things, but definitely you will be able to see how exactly these things are working. So that is one of the greater plus points as to how you can use when live share is is actually a huge advantage, especially in the times that we are given right now. I'll just show you a quick example as to how exactly you can leverage this. You can leverage this tool, and yeah. All right, just give me a second. uh, just a second.
Okay.
All right,
Are you
got it.
sharing your screen, Anika? Yeah.
Yeah, just give me a second. I think there was a glitch.
No worries. Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, just let me know if it is visible.
Yeah, it's loading. So yeah, uh, it's loading. It's still loading. Okay, I think it's blacked out.
Oh. uh, I don't know why this is happening. Maybe I'll just do it once again altogether. Sorry for the
Yes, you
inconvenience.
can just.
Just give me a second.
No worries. Okay.
Just give me a second. I'm not sure exactly why this is blocking out. Maybe I'll just share my entire screen altogether. Just
Try
let's
to
let's
share your
try this
entire
out
screen.
once again. I hope that this gets visible now.
Yeah,
Let me know
try
if
to
it is
share.
visible.
Yeah, now your Visual Studio Code is visible. Yes.
All right. So as you can see over here, like maybe actually you could move in your cursor on the Visual Studio Code as
Yes,
to
I'll
you could
just,
see.
yeah, I'm new.
Uh,
Yes.
all right. So you know what exactly happens is that you can see that Anchal is here, like right, like in Google Docs also. It's like very cool feature altogether that I can actually see where is Anchal, and you
Correct.
know like one of the ways to actually go ahead with that is, all right, this is loading currently, but I can actually here over here it actually prompts her name. So if I click on that, it will actually take me to that. So as you can see over here, right now my open editors only have details.json. So you know, like all right. So I would like to point it out that this is the repository that we created for our very first event, wherein people could actually get started with their first contribution towards GitHub. So
Yes.
essentially, they had to like add in their name and maybe some skills and push the code to the GitHub repository. And yeah, we will be showing you how exactly that looks. So what I'll do right now is that let me first give you a case analysis. Let's say that I'm stuck over here. I'm stuck that like I have written my HTML code and my CSS code. Let's say that I have like I'll just comment it out altogether so that we can understand how exactly things are working over here. Let me do that quickly. So all right. So as you can see over here now, right now I have saved my code and I have like commented whole CSS files. So let's say that I am a kind of newbie into web dev and I have written all like I have done all the HTML work, but I do not know how to style it. So if we
Yeah.
see right now, maybe Anshul, you could share your screen again and maybe we could actually show them as to how like the unstyled part is looking.
Yes, sure, sure. I'll do that. I'll do that. I'll just share my screen quickly. And yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So now here, if you will see, I'll just connect it here. I will have to connect it here again, and I'll just go live. Okay. And then
Yeah.
if you will see it here, okay, this is
So
another one. Let me open it. Yeah.
So over here, when you open this with a live server, that is essentially what you're
Yes.
working with. I think you're on the different repository, aren't you?
Okay. Let me just come. Demo code. Yeah. Yeah. I just missed it.
Yeah,
Okay. Let me
cool.
come.
So when
Open
you
with
open
live.
this with live server, no, you will actually see this like this looks pretty standard. I mean, this doesn't look cool, right? Where we have not added any kind of CSS to it. So if now
Exactly.
So now what I'll do is I'll share my screen again and I'll show you that like the whole editing part wherein Achal will actually be editing the whole CSS part. So yeah, just let me go over here and let me go to CSS style.css. Now maybe Achal you could uncomment this and we could see this live.
Yes. I'll again share my screen. I thought you were sharing your screen.
Oh, is my screen not visible? Oh my.
No, no, your
Okay,
screen is
cool,
not visible. Yes, you can start sharing. Okay.
cool. Cool. All right. No
Awesome.
worries.
So yeah, basically
So
just for again telling you what happened is like yeah, you could just directly see that yeah, in the contributions, the index.html page, there was CSS file which was already missing. There was no CSS content which was there, and that's why it was our website was looking very basic. So now what I'm going to do is that Anika has just shared this problem with me. Let's say that I'm another collaborator who's working with Anika. So now what she has done is that she has just shared her collaboration link with me, and now we are in both. Now both of us are in the same session. And now what I will do is I will just directly quickly solve the issue, and then I'll try to solve the issue whichever whatever Anika has reported, and I'll try to fix the CSS issue. And now what I'll be able to do is when we'll be going again back to the particular that is our contributors web page, then we'll be able to see that yeah, what is the difference which we actually wanted and what we can actually see here. So now let me again come back here. So yes, Anika, yeah.
yeah. So
I'll
like Anshul, you can come to our styles file
yes,
altogether,
I'm just
and you
coming
can
here.
see
Yes.
that like her name is also prompted. So now she essentially like just uncomments this. So like in the actual world we won't be uncommenting, but she will be adding in some real content. So when we save
Yes.
this, and
And
let
now
me
I'm
come
seeing it.
again, and if we share the screen again,
Yes. And now let me share my screen again.
So you will be able to see that now CSS is applied. I mean, like this is of course we didn't actually code anything over here, but yeah. Um,
Yeah. Yeah. So now if you will see, and I will again come back here, I will reload this particular one, and you can see
yeah.
now. So yeah, this was
So
the
now
particular
you can see
theme which
that.
Anika actually
Yeah.
wanted. Yep. Yes, Anika, go
This is
ahead.
pretty nice looking, right? I mean, like this looks pretty nice in comparison to the one that we have in just HTML. So the essential point that I wanted to point out over here is that in like in things like hackathons wherein you just have 24 hours to code in, or maybe in like in places wherein you have a time constraint, or maybe when you are stuck, like this live share has actually worked wonders. And let's say it's actually a magical tool for me. So like you can actually essentially collaborate in like a live environment if you are a teacher, or if you wish to share in with your like like with various participants or students. So maybe you could do one thing, that you can only share the view only code, and they will be able to see you live code everything on Visual, like Visual Studio Code. That will actually like increase the whole efficiency of like the this particular matter altogether. So yeah, I think that's all about what we will be showing you as a demonstration about LiveShare.
Yes. Yes,
All right.
definitely. I think that was the main thing which we actually wanted to showcase there, that how easily it is, how easy it is to collaborate with each other, when you're actually on a platform like Liveshare, and it really becomes super easy, right? So yeah, that's something. And again, for those people, of course, because it is for teaching purpose also. So of course, at max right now, Liveshare enables 30 participants at this particular time. Of course, it can increase depending on depending on your level, or maybe what kind of subscriptions you have. But yeah, this is the whole thing which actually contains. So in general, you will be having 30 participants which can actually join in as a guest to your particular project, and they can collaborate with each other. So I think
Yeah,
that is great, right?
definitely a
Yeah.
game changer. It
Yes,
totally
exactly. That's
that
really
totally
amazing.
worked wonders. Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
All
Okay.
right, maybe we can move on with our presentation.
Yes. So let
Um,
me. I'll share my screen.
yeah, all right. Yes.
Sure, I'll do that. Okay, I'll do that, and let's get started. Okay.
So yeah. So as you can see,
Yes.
right, your problem is solved.
Yes, our
Yeah.
problem is solved, and even Anika's problem is solved. Though it was temporary, but yeah, it has been solved. So now, of course, it is our quiz time. So as we promised that all the people who will be joining in, and like all the people who will be joining us and who will be collaborating with us, or for these particular days, we'll also be conducting a Kahoot quiz, which will be available there to all of you. And of course, all the winners who will be out there, the top 3 winners will be eligible to get the Azure coupon codes. So yeah, that's something which is really exciting. Now, before actually we start the game, some things which needed to be clear here. So in order for us to recognize the winners and to enable us to share the Azure coupons directly with you all, so what we'll be requiring is, or what we'll be actually requiring from you is, when you are entering your username, right, when you're actually entering, when it actually prompts you in Kahoot to enter your nickname, so kindly enter your email ID, or like that is your @gmail ID. Let's say for me it is Achal KVIT @gmail.com. So what I will add is Achal KVIT. That is everything which comes before @gmail.com. So what will happen basically is that it pretty easy for us to understand and to directly mail you the Azure coupon codes without any miscommunication, which we are not hoping to do that. So of course, it totally depends. Even if you are a winner, but you did not enter your email ID correctly, or even the username before the email ID correctly, that is @gmail.com. So it will be really very difficult for us to send out the things to you. So that will be something which we will not be able to handle. So yes, now let me just give me a minute. So I'll be more than so I'll just get started with the Kahoot quiz, and let me come here. Let me add it on a new tab. Okay. Awesome. Okay. So yes, I think I'm pretty good to go, and I'll click on. So I'll first of all,
Yeah.
if the pin to, I will just add the pin to everyone, like pin. I'll make it visible to everyone. So let me just come here, and one more thing which is required here. That is, let me just click on teach, and we are good to go. Okay. One more thing which is required here. So what will be happening? I am assuming that everyone, like most of you, would have joined with your laptop. I am assuming that. But if not, so you will require to, when you will be playing the game, so you will require to have to be watching this particular session, and you will have to be on a mobile. Like I am here. I'm in front of my, I'm in front of the. I'm actually having a look at the camera, and basically I'm also having a, I'm also on my mobile itself. So what you will be required is to go there and to actually have a look at the, and then enter the pin. That is, then enter the pin in your mobile phone. That is, you will just have to type a kahoot.it, and you will be prompted to enter the pin game, and then you will be actually in for the game. So now let me share the pin first of all. So let me join in here, and we do one thing. Okay, so yeah, we have it here. Let me click on classic.
Actually, maybe you're, like I can only see your presentation right now.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll just share
Cool.
my screen. Just give me a second. Okay. I'll again share my screen.
Yeah.
Okay. I hope my complete screen is visible now.
Yes, it's loading.
Awesome.
Yes, it's
Okay, so let
visible.
me. Okay, so yeah, you have the game pin on your screen right now. So you can directly enter it there in your mobile phone. That is 212-7345. Just for the noise issue, I will just turn off the audio.
Yeah. Disco mode, huh?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, but yeah, it gives good feels, right? Like yeah, it gives a competitive feel that you are there.
Yeah.
You have it on. You will be having it on your system. So yeah, that is totally completely fine. I
Yeah.
have just downloaded it from my particular device. Yeah.
Let us
Okay.
know
So
if you would
yeah,
like us to, screen is not visible. Um, it is visible to me.
the
Maybe
screen is not visible.
it is visible to me on. Uh, I'm not sure as to why. Maybe you could reshare your screen actually. I have actually
Yes,
shared the
I'll do
pin
that.
as well as the question as well as the link on the chat. Um,
Okay, I'll share the screen again. Yeah,
it's
it's
all
all.
black. I'm not really sure because like it's on my mobile device as well. It was looking fine. Let's maybe like maybe you could share in your screen again, just the Kahoot
Is
one.
it? Yeah, is it visible now?
Yeah, it is. It is visible to
Okay,
me.
and this one is. Yeah, I can see people joining in. Okay,
Cool.
so we have all the cool email IDs out there. That's amazing.
Snowy horse, yes. Hello,
Exactly.
Sudhir. We have Sudhir. We have Sachin with us. Uh, we will be waiting for a couple of minutes, so do join in because we have prizes after all for this 3 day series.
Exactly.
All right. Till then, maybe if you have any other doubts in regards to, live share or anything, you could definitely share that. As we can see, Sudhir has actually written a comment that says, wow, great tool. We'll be sharing with friends too. And much needed collaborative, like projects or when working together in projects. Definitely. I mean, this has actually worked
Amazing.
wonders. A totally magical tool, I would say.
Yes.
Definitely, that is what we actually wanted. We wanted to share, like the magic of live share and the magic of PS4. So,
Yes.
yeah,
Exactly.
great.
Okay, I think we another 2 minutes and then we'll start
Cool.
because we
Yes.
also have time constraints. So yeah, we'll have to start on time.
All right. We have a charming elephant with us. We have
Awesome.
Ushwal. We have Ushwal with us. We have Sudhir. We have Shivani. We have Sachin.
Yes.
Great, great.
Awesome. Okay, should we start, Anika, or we should wait? Because I'm not being able to see the comment section, so maybe like you
All
can
right.
just yeah, we'll
Yeah, maybe we can wait for a minute or two. If any of you who are in the like live chat right now, I wish to wait, like let us know that if you would like us to wait for a minute or two, do let us know in the comments. We will definitely wait till you join
yes,
in.
yeah.
maybe we could, like, I'll just let you know in a minute, and then
Yes.
maybe we could get started in case there are no comments.
Awesome. Okay.
I think we are good to go. No
Yes,
comments
I think we
altogether.
start.
Yes, all right. Also, in case you get disconnected, or maybe you might want to enter this particular quiz once again, do use the same pin. Maybe I will, like, add or like pin this particular comment so that
Yeah,
you
you
are
can
able
pin
to
that.
see this. Yeah, all right, I've done that. Cool. So I hope that you all join in as fast as possible onto the Kahoot quiz, and we will get started.
We should start.
Yes, yes. Just a second. We have a
Yeah.
comment from Harshita that says that I am giving my nickname as Harshita Kohli, but my nickname is. All right. I mean, like, actually, Harshita, it would be really, really great if you could add in your, like, the mail, the name that you have before add the rate your email ID. So if you could share that, then we will be actually able to connect with you in case you are eligible for the coupon. So all right. Maybe we can take any, if you have added in your Swami infant, it's totally fine. We will take that into consideration as you have already shared your username in the comment.
Yeah.
All right.
Awesome.
So I think we are good to go, Anshul. There is no
Yeah, we
comment
start.
in the comment.
Okay.
Yeah. So, all right. Let's get
Okay.
started with quiz. All the best, everyone.
Yes. Okay, so we have the first question here. Power BI follows which computing process? First, we have fragment, transform, and load, extract, transform, and load, insert, transform, load, or remove, transform, load. I think we discussed it in, like on the first day itself when we were discussing about Power BI. So it should not be very, very difficult because I remember taking a 2 minute kind of, introduction on the same. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, your time is going to one and out.
Gone.
Okay. So I can
All
see
right.
people were there and they both have answered the right. They both have answered it right. Again, just for those people who are just new to this particular game, you will be viewing it on the laptop from here, and you will be answering it on the screen. So that is what you will be doing, and that's how you have to answer it. So that's how you will be playing that. Okay. So now let's move on to the next question.
So,
Okay.
yeah, we have first one as usual.
Ujjwal is on top. That's awesome. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Before you
So, the
apply to any
question
community
says,
program, yes, go ahead.
all right. So yeah, before you actually apply to any community program, what should you actually do? Think of the perks and the benefits of the program that it has for you. Focus on the task you'll be joined when you will get when you join the community. Focus on how you will plan to give back to the community, or plan to copy and paste the best content available online. What do you think we should be doing? This is pretty easy,
Yes,
I would
it's
say.
pretty easy. We discussed it yesterday.
Yeah,
Okay, time is up.
yeah. The time is up,
Awesome.
and as you can see, we have
Okay,
got three correct responses. That is, of course, you should be focusing on what you will plan to
what
give
you
back
will.
to the community.
Okay,
Moving
someone
on to the
said
leaderboard.
focus on the tag you will get by joining in the community. Yesterday we discussed. You
Yeah,
can have a look at the session, and then your views might change. Okay, so let's get
definitely.
started. Okay, let's see the leaderboard again. So we have Ujjwal again on the top. That's amazing, and we have Sudhir coming. Sudhir, you can come. Like we have a lot of questions, so yeah, you can actually reach on the top. You can do it. And charming
Yeah,
elephant, of course, I don't know your name, but yeah, that's amazing. You are also doing amazing, and you are really very points. Less points down from the topper. Okay, we have the next question. Microsoft Launcher Ambassador Program was formerly known as. So yes, because recently there has been a change in the Microsoft Launcher Ambassador Program, which has been renamed as MLSA. So yeah, before it was, any of you know what was what was the answer before? Like what was the name of this particular program before? So yeah, that will be amazing if you know it.
we actually shared it yesterday. Oh, it's great.
That's amazing. Yeah, most of you know it. That's amazing. That's amazing. Okay, awesome. Let's check the loot. Yeah. Okay, again,
Wow, Ujjwal is on fire right now.
Visual is on fire right now. He has the highest answer streak. That's amazing. Let's move on to the next question.
The next question says that Power BI components are, so as we discussed, you might know that Either one of them is the answer. Is it Power BI Service, Power BI Desktop, Power BI Mobile, or is it Power BI Tool, Power BI Model, Power BI Data? The third option says Power BI Extract, Power BI Transform, Power BI Load, or Power BI Edit, Power BI Code, Power BI Analytics. So these were the four options, and as we can see that we have got to write its responses, that is Power BI
Yes.
Service, Desktop, and Mobile. So this is something that
Awesome.
we really emphasized on in our very first session.
Yes, that's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, fine. Let's get started. Okay.
Great. So we can see
Okay, that's amazing.
graveyard.
Graveyard is reaching high. That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, let's get started with the next
Yes.
question. The next question we have, any guesses on Microsoft Azure's new logo? So if you're someone who is very active on Twitter, you must be knowing this particular thing. That is what is the
Yes.
current logo which Microsoft Azure has recently, announced. So yeah,
And it looks super cool, by the way.
exactly. It's super cool. I am in love with that.
Yeah, totally.
Amazing. It is really very amazing.
Oh,
Oh, so
they
we have
actually,
one. Yeah. So
yeah,
okay. So yes, I think two of the people are very active on my, like they are very active about the Microsoft Azure portals also and everything. So yeah, this is the new logo which Microsoft Azure has introduced right now. Okay, so let's check the leaderboard. And we have Graveyard again coming up. And of course, as usual, we have Ujjwal on the top with the fire streak with 5 correct answers in a row. That's amazing. Congratulations, Ujjwal. Okay, let's
Ujjwal is
move.
doing great. Next question we have, which of the following is not a use of Liveshare? So if we just discuss it right now, what are the exact uses? Is it quick assistance? Is it pair programming? Is it interactive education or video conferencing? Which one do you think is not the use of Liveshare? And this
Yes.
is going to be super easy, I feel.
Yeah, I think this
Very
is very
competitive.
yeah.
So
Okay,
yeah,
so we have two people answering quick assistance. I think I shared the first advantage and the use case of live share, which was quick assistance. So yeah, but yeah, video conferencing, yeah, we don't have the feature of video conferencing. I don't think that it is even needed, right? So yeah, that's something which is amazing. So yeah, let's see the leaderboard out there, and we have Graveyard again reaching up and with the high
Graveyard
with,
is on
with the
fire.
highest answer streak. Awesome,
Great.
awesome. Okay,
Yeah.
let's get started now. Let's move to the next question. Seventh question, we have correct business intelligence workflow out of the following is model, get data, create visualizations, and then share. Create dashboard, model, create visualizations, and then share. Get data, model, create visualizations, and then share. And then you have share, model, create visualizations. So which one is correct?
Yeah. A quick look back would be, like the way I had shared my screen that day and showed you exactly what
Yes.
you will be doing first, and then I showed you what exactly that represented altogether. So
Yes.
yeah, that's great to
Awesome.
see that they, yeah,
That means you were listening to us very clearly. That's awesome. We are really happy with that. Okay. Yeah, this is correct. We get the data, then we create the model, then we transform the model, and then we create visualization on top of that, and then we share the insights with collaborators. That's awesome. Okay. Let's see the leaderboard now. And we have Ujjwal again topping the leaderboard. Then again we have Graveyard with the highest answer streak of 4, and then Charming Elephant, Dheer, and then some Sachin. That's
great. That's
okay. Let's
awesome.
move to the next one. We have other 3 questions out for you, and I think they will be pretty easy, which I have kept pretty
Yeah.
easy. Everyone can get a chance to like
Uh,
reach. So yeah,
Yeah. This is going
eight
to be
questions.
competitive now. So
Yeah.
Visual Studio Live Share is what? An
What?
application, an extension, a web app, or website. And let me tell you that if you answer this, like in faster way, then you will be having greater amount of points.
Yes.
So yeah,
Kahoot is all about answering the fastest. Yeah.
yeah, right. Whoa, so we got all
Okay.
the correct answers here. That's really
Yes.
great.
We are all the active participants in the session. We are really happy with that also. So let's check the leaderboard now. And we have Ujjwal on the top again. And then we have again Xavier coming up slowly, but yeah, with the highest streak again. And then Charming Elephant, Sudhir, and Sachin. So yeah, let's get
Great.
started with the next question. And that is, how many developers can join a collaboration session? I just discussed it within, you can say 2-3 minutes, 15, 5, 30, or 20. So yeah,
Yeah. Just
it's pretty
maybe,
easy.
10 or 20 minutes before we had
Yes,
just
I just
shared.
said 15 minutes back that, emphasizing on the number of collaborators who can join in there as a guest.
Right.
I think everyone would be answering correct. Okay, one answered it wrong.
So
Maybe
yeah,
they got a little bit confused. But yeah, 30 collaborators can join
30.
as a guest on Liveshare. So yeah, let's move to the let's okay.
Whoa.
We have
So
Graveyard
Graveyard
beating
has.
Ujjwal. That's awesome, amazing. So yeah, then we have Ujjwal, then we have that's Graveyard has changed, the
So
so, like
bring it
actually
on, everyone.
filtered.
We can
That's
actually change
amazing.
the statics right now.
Exactly. So now let's move on to the next question. I think this will be the most easy, and you may laugh after seeing this question. So yeah, but
Yeah. So last question, here
okay.
we go. The winners of the Kahoot quiz will get. So what will they be
What?
getting? Exclusive entry to MLSA program in upcoming cohort, Azure coupon codes, visuals, like virtual coffee treat, or sadly, I know I'm not the winner altogether. What do you think that you will be getting, or like the winners will be getting? And this is
Uh,
pretty easy. But yeah,
yes.
this speed would like be
Okay.
decided. Yeah,
Awesome. So yeah, of course they'll be getting Azure coupon codes. But
coupon
yeah,
code.
I appreciate those people who even know that they will unfortunately will not be the winner of this particular one. They also answered the correct answer. I'm really happy with that. Okay. So now let's check the final leaderboard and let's see what we have got. This can be pretty overwhelming or maybe game changing, but yeah, let's see. Okay.
So yeah, coming on to our final leaderboard. Claps to all the winners.
Yes, that's amazing.
Whoa. So we have
Wow.
Graveyard, we have Ujjwal, and we have Sudhir. Congratulations to each and every one of you guys. You guys are awesome. And thank you so much for attending all the, like 3 days that we had. We had ton and tons of fun throughout
Yes,
throughout these 3 days.
it was amazing. Exactly. We had super fun with with everyone,
Um,
for the session. It was really, really amazing. And that's really awesome. So, yes, congratulations to everyone once again. And thank you so much for joining us. And we'll be looking for, more and more events as we actually try to expand our knowledge as such. Because, of course, first we study and then only we actually, start, taking sessions and then leveraging the power of technology. So, yes, let's hope for the best, and I think this was really amazing. I really genuinely enjoyed this one. Take it and give the coupon to the new. Okay. Yes. We'll be
Also,
doing
one thing that I would like to share is that, all the winners that we have, we will be sending you, like your username after that at the rate maybe gmail.com or some, like we will be assuming if it is Gmail or something. If it is not, then either you could comment on the video, or maybe you could reach out to us via the mail that we have sent to you. Maybe you could reply back to that particular mail, and we will be more than happy to assist you with the coupon codes that we will be offering as today's prices. Thank you so very much for being
yes.
with us for entire 3 day journey. It was really fun, and I hope that just like us, you also had tons and tons of fun and tons of learning throughout these 3 days. Thank you so very much. Stay safe and stay strong.
Stay safe, everyone. Yeah, keep your loved ones, in a good place. Yeah. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for joining in. Have a good day.
All
Bye
right.
bye.
Bye
Yes,
bye.
and also you can also connect to us on
Yeah.
LinkedIn
Right.
and Twitter. That will also be amazing, And maybe if you have any feedback as such, if you want to, if you want to give back to us, that will be also awesome. We'll totally appreciate, and we may check, if we actually love a feedback out there. If we're actually giving a feedback on a social media, we might be, of course, not be able to check every feedback, but yeah, we are actually doing it. So we'll also be we might give away, Azure coupons to that also. So yeah, feel free to
Right.
actually add in your details also, and maybe add in your feedback what you actually learned from the session. Okay, then have a good day. Bye bye.
Have a good day, everyone. Bye bye. Thank you a
Bye.
lot for joining in.